Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you do not know who I am, my name is E.N. Chaffin. I'm the author of Loading Life, and I have a few more works in progress coming out, so hey, can't wait to show you all that. As for this video, alright, I know I already did a book tag for Keeper last video, but I really wanted to do this as a big thank you to Butch Hartman. If you do not know who he is the creator of The Very Odd Parents, of Danny Phantom, and a lot of other awesome works. He's worked at Nickelodeon for 20 years, and just the other day, he announced that he was leaving Nickelodeon. And if you want to know why, and you know, you're kind of nosy like I am, he explains everything on his channel. I'll leave a link down below where you can see, you know, his explanation in his own words. You know, it's nothing too like, oh goodness. But, you know, it's good to get things from the source. So, yeah. And he has been such a great influence in my life and my writing career that I wanted to say thank you in the only way I know how, which is, you know, making a book tag, and hopefully other people will do it and have them say thank you to him too. So, yeah. But anyways, let's get started with my handy dandy note card right now. Number 1, Very Odd Parents. An odd book or character you've encountered. The strangest character I've ever met is Theodosia from Theodosia and the Serpents of Chaos and every other book by R.L. Lefevers. I hope I'm saying that right. Lefevers? I think it's Lefevers. I hope. Now, this girl is so weird. She lives in England right before World War II. However, the catch is that she can see curses on ancient Egyptian artifacts and a lot more things, and it's so weird. You know, come on, she should be in a boarding school learning her mathematics and all that, but no, she's stuck in a museum where she actually loves to stay, watching her parents dig up all this awesome stuff about Egypt, and she's like, ooh, that has a curse on it. Let me exercise it before anyone gets hurt, okay? So, very odd, very cool. I love her. Number 2, Danny Phantom, a cast of characters that won't disappear from your mind. Hands down, it's the Little Women from Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I love reading about Meg and Jo and Beth and Amy, and they are just such awesome girls. And you know what? Even though this was written a while ago, I think everyone, every girl and every woman in 2018 should just pick up this book and read it. Or get the audiobook. Come on, just do something. Just follow the story. Just do it. And why? Because it's such an inspiration. When I was a little girl and I was reading about them, I so fell in love with Jo. I'm just like, yes, she is me. This is how I act. And then I reread it later on when I was older, and I realized that I'm not just a Jo, I'm a Meg and a Beth and an Amy, and I just found myself in all those girls, and it is so awesome to just have strong female leads that don't necessarily have to kick butt, you know? They don't go out and attack villages or whatever your version of a tough girl does. No, these strong women live life. That's what they do, and it's amazing. And everyone can learn an awesome lesson from them. Number 3, Tough Puppy, a book that made you laugh to no end. Okay, so I'm already cheating on this one. It's okay, but technically I did read all the books in the series of Ouran High School Host Club by Bisco Hattori. I love the series. I actually only have 2 of the books though, but I've read every single one of them. I've seen the anime series. But it's such a cool and funny series, and yes, it has its moments of deep, meaningful thought and dramaticness and all that, because, you know, what story doesn't? But every single step of the way, I have laughed so much, and through laughter, I felt so connected to the characters and everything. It's beautiful, yes. Number 4, Nickelodeon, a childhood story you can never let go of. So mine is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Frances Hodgson Burnett. That is hard to say. Hodgson. This story is so beautiful, and I just love it. I'm so glad I was able to experience it when I was younger, and going back to it now, it's so cool. I should do that. I should really do that. I should go back to it. It's beautiful. But it's about this orphan Mary. Her parents get killed in India. She's sent back to England, where it's all dreary and there's no awesomeness going on, and she's just like but then she, finds out a secret of her uncle's, and she finds the secret garden as well, and her life just changes so much, and she changes so much in it. And she learns that even though you've been hurt and you've lost someone that you really care about, in order to heal yourself, you need to go and help others heal. So it's a give and take process, and it's so beautiful how Burnett does it, and I just love it. I want my own secret garden. Yeah. Number 5. Bunson, a brand new book you can't wait to dive into. Alright, so I'm cheating again because this technically isn't a brand new book. It's brand new to me though, so that's what counts. It is Rockfall, Everyone Dies by Lindsay Rabar. This book hooked me on page 1. I've noticed about myself that I've gotten real cynical when it comes to reading other writers' works, and not in the way of oh, I'm better than them, but in the way of, maybe they could have done this, maybe they could have done this, I'm gonna be all nitpicky about it, and da-da-da-da-da. Well, this book threw pretty much all that out on the first page, and that's why I picked it up, and it's been the first book in years that I've actually bought. It's amazing that I've actually spent money on something that I didn't even know the story to. I read a little bit of the blurb inside, but it's so cool. It's about this boy named Aspen, and he has a super cool power of his, and he just realizes one day it's oh, so my family's power is what keeps all the rocks from falling on people and everyone dying. Huh. Interesting. And that's pretty much all I know about the book, except for the fact that he's in love with a girl at school. Ooh. And she just broke up with her boyfriend. Ooh. So he's going to go for it, I think. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read it yet, so... But I loved the cover because it was so different from everything else in the YA section. It wasn't action-y, it wasn't magical, it was just street sign, sup. I'm hoping that once I read it and love it, right? Yeah. That I'll get on here and tell you all about it, because it's my favorite anticipated book of all time right now. So, yes. Number 6, Speech Bubble Podcast, your favorite audiobook. So to go along with Butch Hartman's own awesome podcast, I picked out an audiobook that I really, really loved, and that means a lot to me, and it's Where the Red Fern Grows by Wilson Rawls and read by Anthony Heald. It seemed like every time my family would go on a road trip, or every time we would just be, going everywhere in the car, my mom would plop this one in, and we'd listen to it, and when the huge climax came, we cried, and it's just family bonding moment over beautifulness. Between how it was written and how it was spoken on the audiobook, it's awesome. Number 7, Noog Network, a book series that excited you every part of the way. So I've been reading this book series for a couple of years, and mainly just because the last book hasn't come out yet, but it's coming out this October, so I'm super excited. Yeah, but it's The Guardians of Childhood series by William Joyce. So this is the 4th one, and it includes The Sandman. Really awesome. I've read all 4 of them that's out, and I can't wait to read the last one about Jack Frost. If this picture right here seems very familiar to you, go look up Rise of the Guardians. It's a movie that was based on these books. So really awesome, really cool. And yeah, it's a children's series, but who cares? It's an awesome series, and I love it. My niece is into the first one right now. In fact, the first one is up here. We borrowed it from the library, so yeah. See, you can see Nicholas St. North right there. If you have kids, make them read it because they will love it. If you are a kid at heart, go read it because you will love it. Number 8, Butch Hartman, an author who has been the most influential in your reading or personal life. Butch Hartman has been such a great person in my life, and even before I knew it, his work was influencing my own work. And I also thought of 2 authors to go along with this part of the tag, and one is, of course, Diana Wynne Jones, who created Howl's Moving Castle and the series that goes behind it, and also Deborah Chester, who created the fantasy fiction formula. So Deborah Chester has also written a lot of fantasy books, a lot of sci-fi books. I haven't actually read any of her fiction books yet, and they're on my long to-be-read list, so I don't know. I'll get to them. I'll try. But this book right here, the fantasy fiction formula, if you are going to write a book, if you are going to write fantasy or sci-fi, or just you don't know where to start, pick this up at your library, from Amazon. It should be under 20 bucks. That's what I got it for when I bought it, but it is so great. And she just takes you step by step, and she talks to you in, a forward manner. It's like, this is what I've done in my own career, and if you take it and use it and make it your own, you will be an awesome writer. You will take your writing skills from here to here. That's what this book entails, and I love it. And also with Diana Wynne Jones, and I've talked about her before in the last book tag, and I'll probably talk about her tons of times because she's awesome. I wish I could have met her before she passed away, but, Howl's Moving Castle, I thought it was just another Ghibli movie, and then I found out it was based on a book, and after reading this book, I'm like, whoa. Why did they make that movie that way? They should have made it this way. Oh my gosh, yes. Her characters come alive. They're snarky with each other. They feel like a family, because my family's snarky with each other. But they have so much more depth than the movie allows. And, it's nothing against the Ghibli studios or against Miyazaki. He did such a great job on it, but once you read the source material, you're like, whoa. Yes, no wonder why he was inspired to make a full movie. It was beautiful. I want to aspire not to be like Diana Wynne Jones, but to find that voice that she has found for herself. I want to find my own voice and make those characters mine, and just when people read my book, even if they don't see my name on it, they'll be like, this is hers. Yes. And so that's the end of the book tag, and I just want to thank everyone who's watched this video. If you like it, give it a big thumbs up, and if you like my stuff, subscribe where I know that, hey, people actually like my stuff. Yeah! And I want to say a big thank you to Butch Hartman. Butch, you have done such a great thing in my life. Before I even knew it, your work was influencing me, especially Danny Phantom. That really spoke to me. Thank you for making that. But it's also the fact that, you went into Nickelodeon 20 years ago and you're leaving right now, but every step of the way you were having faith in God. You were, just trying to have the most fun possible. And, from what I've seen in your video of why you left Nickelodeon, I can tell that you so enjoyed yourself and you loved it. And yeah, there were hard times, but it never felt like it was a burden on you. And as an author who's just starting out and, trudging along, and I just keep going and I don't want to give up, your story has it's done such an amazing thing to my esteem as a writer. Thank you. Thank you for having that faith in God and for going and keeping on with everything, because, my faith in God has done the same for me thus far, and I know just from watching you, I don't have anything to worry about, God, I feel that God wanted me to be an author, and that's what I'm gonna be. And just from watching how you've gone through Nickelodeon and you're beginning new things for yourself, and I pray that God leads you through every single day of your life. And just thank you for taking a chance on Nickelodeon, and thank you for taking a chance on all the story ideas you've gotten over the years, and thank you for bringing such a great atmosphere here on YouTube. I really appreciate it. And yeah, just thank you. And anyways, if you have enjoyed this book tag and you want to join along, well, I tag you right now. Go make a video or blog post or put a Facebook post up about it. Go do it. Everything this book tag has covered is down below, and it's on my website, enchaffin.com. That's enchaffin.com. And if you do participate in this book tag, just leave a comment down below of, your answers and all that. I really, really want to see them. And it'd be great to start a little community of our own on here. So yeah. And until the next video, I will see you all later, alligators. Bye-bye!